Hey everybody, welcome back. You are in a special episode of The Lab with me, Coach Scott. I'm going to show you how I prepare some foods that I enjoy, that are healthy for you. Not maybe the quickest thing that you can do, but if you prep, you'll have them ready for at least a few days. So the first thing we're going to show you is how to prep Blackbean Burgers. Use all organic produce. My Blackbean Burgers are pretty bomb if I say so myself. But the first thing you got to do, and I've already done this, is please wash your hands. You don't want to be in the kitchen with dirty, nasty hands and putting all that in your food. Just disgusting. So next thing, the next dish that we'll have is going to be a chili bean mix. So we have some black beans, some pintos, some red kidney beans in here, and we're going to prep these for my own special chili. So first things first, what I like to do, I'm going to show you pretty quickly how to run through this. I've already cut up the majority of the produce, and let's get moving. So first thing first, some olive oil. I like to season my beans up with a little bit of olive oil. That's just my preference. You don't have to. Just something that I like to do. All right. Keep moving on with our regular seasonings. With pepper, as you'll notice here, I'm not one that's big on measuring things, a half teaspoon of this, a quarter teaspoon of this. Over time, I've kind of realized how I like things seasoned, so I'm kind of old school that way. I just shake it in there until I think it's good, and if it's not, then I season it up on the back end a little bit. But that's just my preference. So again, I'm just going to run through this really quickly. Now, as you can see, my beans, both batches will have some of the same seasonings in them, but we'll mix it up a little bit because I like my chili beans to have more of a Hispanic flavor. This is oregano, by the way. We already added some garlic powder. Put a little cayenne in here. I like a little spice. Not too much because my wife will cry about it. Alright, we'll keep moving on here. Now, this is one that I'll put in my chili, not necessarily in my black beans. This is cumin. Gives it that nice chili flavor, chili-ish flavor. I like cumin. I'm not a huge salt user, but I love the sea salt. But I still won't use a lot, just to give it some that salt flavor. Some of the other seasonings that I use will have salt in it, so I don't try to overdo it with the salt. Don't want to end up with high blood pressure and things of that nature, so try to take it easy on the salt. This stuff right here, all-purpose seasoning. I use a little bit of it in both. This is adobo made by Goya. I love this stuff. I use it when I'm making a lot of dishes, especially if I want something with some Hispanic flavor, like some tacos, burritos, taquitos. Next time I come to you with a video, we're going to be doing some a cauliflower pizza, which is really good. Tastes a lot better than you think. And forgot to put something here. And a batch of avocado taquitos. So a lot of things that I make now will be meatless. I'm not a vegan or vegetarian per se. I just feel like I'm able to get a lot of my nutrients that I need, that my body needs, without having meat in it, and I felt a lot better. I am a 40-year-old guy that played competitive basketball, and when I was playing in college, my playing weight was about 165. which is where I am right now at 165. And I can attribute that only to, being health conscious and, continuing to work out and grind it out in the lab. So, works for me. I can't tell you all what's going to work for you, but I just hope you'll take some tips here, and I hope it'll help make some things better for you. Oh, these are also by Goya, called Sazon seasoning packets, but they are a must in my kitchen. I have to have some, and as you can see, I think I've only got one packet left, so it's time to run to the store. Alright, so now we got everything all in here, so my hands are clean, so I feel comfortable doing this and mixing it up. Getting all those seasonings all around there. So like I said, we're going to start with the black beans, do everything for the black beans first. So now we have our black bean burgers. See, I like my burgers to be all inclusive, so I put my red onion, my bell pepper, and my red pepper all in here and mix these things all in together. Just throw it all in there. Nice and messy, doesn't matter because you're going to have to clean up the kitchen later anyway. All right. So now, got that all in there. So now, these are gonna cook. Both batches of beans are gonna cook for. Usually, I like to cook mine slow, so they usually take anywhere between 3.5 to 4 hours. For the black beans, I like to get them nice and soft because they're gonna go in my handy dandy food processor here, so we can mash them up with some. Let me show you this here. The chia seeds, I use a mixture of chia seeds and water, so about half and half. So part chia seeds, part water. I put them in my blender cup that also goes on top of my food processor here, and it makes a kind of a paste that doesn't have any flavor, so it doesn't mess up the flavor that you put in the beans. But what it does is it allows the beans to hold together more like a traditional burger. But it's delicious. And the chia seeds are actually an Aztec superfood, so they're really good for you. Alright, so now once we got that mixture, now I love citrus and citrus flavor. So I have my lemon that I've cut, and I'll just squeeze some lemon juice, and sometimes while it's cooking, I'll squeeze a little bit more lemon juice in there just to give it some more citrusy flavor, not to mention the health benefits, the vitamin C, that good stuff. Help keep you healthy, help keep you from getting too sick. I'll grab my pot here, dump these in. As you can hear, my water's already in there. Get all that goodness in the pot. Again, people, my hands are clean, 100%. So don't worry. Throw these on the stove. While we got those on the stove, now we'll start off with our chili bean mix. All right, so mix that up really good. Again, we've got our produce here. So for this one, we have I love tomato chunks. Tomato is one of my favorite fruits. The red and green bell pepper and the red onion as well. We've already mixed in our seasonings. One thing that I forgot that I will add to my black bean burger recipe is some Old Bay seasoning. Most people use it for seafood, but I like the flavor, so I put a little bit in my. Not a whole lot. I don't want to overpower it, but just a little bit in my black bean burgers. So now I'll take this, make sure that's good and mixed, and then we'll dump this in the pot. Now we also have the potatoes. So like I said, I don't use a lot of meat anymore. So what I've done is I'll substitute the meat that I would have used to have put in here, and substitute that with some regular potatoes and potato chunks. So they're cut in nice sized chunks. And then we just dump those in the pot and let those cook through. Just tends to make it a little more filling. And we just dump all of our vegetables in here. Squeeze some more lemon in here because, like I said, I love citrus. You know what? Why not just for some flavor? I'll throw a little bit of my Old Bay in the pot. Not a whole lot because, like I said, I like it more Hispanic flavor than others. So I'll let that cook through. So this is again going to cook for 3.5 to 4 hours, medium heat, and that's it. So once these are done, that batch will make probably 10 to 12 burgers. So definitely enough to feed a family. I use it for my family all the time. I also use those Blackbean Burgers to take with me for lunch when I'm out. And also this chili, you put it in a bowl, you can warm it up anywhere. Great healthy meal. Once it's done, it's quick. This pot will last my family of 4 anywhere from 3 to 4 days with everybody eating, and then with me taking it for lunches. So people always say that one of the things that they don't have is time to eat healthy. Well, this may take a little bit of time to prepare, but you can eat for between the 2 meals 5 or 6 days. So there's your time. And also they say it costs more to eat healthy. Well, this may be true. Like I said, I tend to buy all organic when necessary. So that being said, it does cost a little bit more at the grocery store, but you gotta weigh the benefits with the cost here. So the cost of purchasing healthier foods for me is way less than the cost of paying for doctor visits and hospital visits as you age. So you kind of got to do a cost-benefit analysis here. For me, it's worth it to spend the money now rather than have to spend the time on the health care, and then not to mention the inconvenience that you impose on yourself and your family when you're not healthy, when you're not doing the right things, when you're not taking care of your body while you're able to do so. Now once that finishes, just a matter of making a little space here on your countertop. Make sure you got a little, I use olive oil, and I use some olive oil on the pan too, just so that the burgers don't stick when they're in the oven. And then the olive oil on here on the burger press just makes it easier to pop them out real quick. Take our little spatula here, scoop out some of this black bean goodness. And with this, you can make big burgers, you can make small burgers, and they come out looking nice and pretty. So watch this. Smash that in there pretty good. And voila. Nice and round, and they'll cook up restaurant quality right in your kitchen. So while I make the rest of these, you guys can get started on your own recipe. Remember, these are Blackbean Burgers, completely healthy recipe, no additives, nothing that's going to be harmful to you. You may want to check with the ingredients that we use if you have any allergies, but it works for me. I am not a doctor, but I know it works for me and my body. Alright, so now as you can see, we've got our burgers done. They're pressed, ready to go. We've got 11 burgers here. So as I told you in the beginning, it'll make probably 10 to 12 burgers. And then in this nice big pot here, we've got our chili just about done. I'm going to let this cook a little bit longer because I want to let some of the water cook down. But as you can see, there's plenty of flavor in there. Look at all those beans, nice and good. Those potatoes, tomatoes, everything that we threw in there, just looking delicious and smelling right. So you guys want to get right. You want to eat better. Stay tuned in. We're gonna have more recipes and cooking additions coming for you. So just be prepared and be ready to feel better. Almost forgot. You've been in the lab with Coach Scott. Enjoy.